Today on Eagle Nation News, dogs and cats are some common pets, but what about a donkey? Cross Nickerson has a scoop about the motivation behind a local donkey reserve. The Texas Rangers are World Series champs for the very first time. Isabel Moulter takes a shortstop in the hallway. Prosper ISD values the safety of all students and the community. Christina Krasnova reports from the largest local safety training event Prosper has ever seen. All this and more on today's edition of Eagle Nation News. Good morning, Eagle Nation, and thank you for joining us. I'm Bradson Swick.
And I'm Coleman Meyer. We have an eventful show for you today, highlighting many events, not only in Prosper, but the whole DFW area. So stick around, ENN starts right now.
Welcome back, Eagle Nation, and thank you for joining us here at Studio 301.
Today is Friday, November 3rd. This also happens to be our Golden Show, Season 11, Episode 11.
To kick things off, last week the roads were closed down for a special event at Children's Health Stadium. Christina, drive us into why.
Thanks, Bradston. Last Thursday, there was a series of safety trainings right through the concourse of our very own stadium. It was very cold and rainy that day, but officials still managed to make sure that the event ran very smoothly. This is important since it was a practice for our local law enforcement to see if they would know what to do in case of a real situation, as well as making our community feel a little bit safer.
At Prosper ISD Stadium, we can confirm that 10 individuals are confirmed deceased. Out of those 10, we believe only one to be a student.
This scenario is something that could actually happen. If it did, Prosper has to be ready. But to be ready, law enforcement needs to practice many aspects of what they would do.
If there were people that we didn't know before, this allows us to know people before an event like this occurs. So we test our radio communications, we test our ability to set up a command post like this, and then we test our ability to work as a team, understanding that no one agency can be successful in this event without everybody working together.
This scenario is the biggest that volunteers have seen, but they did so well that one repeat volunteer was left impressed at more than that.
For as many people that came around, and they told me to take the whole stairs as much as I could, not one touched me. They even harried an injured person over me and did not touch me.
It also brought a unique opportunity for high school journalists.
Being there was exciting because I got to see the behind the scenes. I'm getting experience that most people never have, and most people never will, especially as student journalists. This was just a mock press conference and a mock exercise, but it was still very hands-on, very active, very go.
But does the FBI think that Prosper is now fully prepared?
There are always going to be places where we can grow, but that's why we do these exercises, so we learn from a few things. This exercise is being conducted in Houston, San Antonio, here in Prosper, and then also out in Lubbock. But our communication together overall was very, very good, very highly successful event.
Reporting for Eagle Nation News, I'm Christina Krasnova.
Riley McConnell, who you saw featured in that story, will have an article up about this on our sister publication, Eagle Nation Online.
You know, Coleman, it was so cool to see a helicopter flying over our own PHS stadium.
Yeah, I know that helicopter was probably distracting to some PHS students, but it was really interesting to see how our Prosper police train.
It really was great.
We are traveling back in time to 1989. Don't leave, Talent Talk is next, sponsored by Cookie Co.
In this locally owned and run store, cookies are made with real ingredients, real love, real good. So when you're in the mood for a delicious bite,
come try us out at Cookie Co. Frisco.
I know many Swifties in the ENN studio and here at PHS will love hearing about this new re-record. Landry Long is in studio with this week's Talent Talk.
Thanks, Coleman. It's official, 1989 Taylor's version is out of the woods. This re-recorded pop album is a true gem, with it including 5 new From the Vault songs. For many Swifties, there was a leading conspiracy regarding the hit song style. Speculations ran wild that this might have been a collaboration with her ex, Harry Styles. However, these theories were sadly proven wrong and came with a response where the second verse of the Vault song, Is It Over Now? Take a listen. Directly refers to the iconic paparazzi photo of Swift in her blue dress looking very sad as she allegedly was on vacation in the Caribbean in 2013 with Styles. but left alone after the two had broken up. Then there's that brutal lyric, "Your new girl is my clone," which closely mirrors Styles' own lyric from the dining room table, saying, "Woke up, the girl looked like you, I almost said your name." That's enough evidence for me that there might be some bad blood. But hey, a hit new song is better than revenge, right? Switching into much sadder news, the TV show Friends community is still in shock as the news that the star actor Matthew Perry died at the age of 54. A 911 call was received by an unidentified caller from Perry's home around 4 p.m., and it was reported that the actor was in his hot tub and sadly not breathing. The cause of the death will take time to be determined. Since then, the 5 other main Friends cast members spoke out in a statement saying, quote, "We are utterly devastated by the loss of Matthew. We were more than just castmates. We are family. This is truly the one where our hearts are broken." As a longtime Friends fan myself, rewatching the series will be bittersweet, reminiscing on all of the many laughs Matthew Perry's character brought to the stage. On that note, are y'all's Friends fans at the desk?
Landry, I am a huge Friends fan. I don't know about you, Bradston, but I loved seeing Joey and Chandler's relationship, so it'll be sad for me to see Matthew go.
I mean, me personally, Coleman, I didn't really watch much of Friends, but I know my mom is a huge fan, so I know she's definitely going to be devastated when she hears this news. But in much lighter news, if you had been off of Preston over by Berkshire's in Salina, you may have been surprised to see some cute donkeys catch your attention. Cross Nickerson has a heartwarming story behind this donkey reserve.
Donkeys are animals that don't usually draw attention, but their issues did not go unnoticed by Carla Vargas. The founder of the Donkey and Equine Rescue in Salina tries to combat this and nurse donkeys in need back to health. The story of how this sanctuary started is one of love.
My husband and I, we had a couple of quarter horses from one of his friends that said all these little miniature donkeys were heading out to the kill pen. And I was like, kill pen, what? He's like, there's kill pens out here in Texas. So I got Dixie. And I was like, oh my gosh, Punk, what am I going to do with this donkey? And he's like, I'll find a place for you to put him at. And so we've been in the same location since then.
The volunteer-operated nonprofit is currently home to 70 donkeys, but the donkeys did not always live in a caring home.
They're mainly brought in from kill pens. They get thrown around from auction to auction, and then once they hit the end of the line, we'll go in and take them out and make sure that they are taken care of and we're brought back here, and then we find new homes for them.
Volunteers and donators truly care for the well-being of these animals.
One of the most beautiful things about volunteering here is you get to see these donkeys who come in, some of them at death's door. It's so sad, but I think the most beautiful thing is watching those guys thrive and get well little by little.
While overcoming these issues and taking care of the donkeys can be hard work, volunteers still recommend it to everyone.
There is so much hope here, and if you're looking to be of service and, give someone a hand up, these guys are so deserving and make it all worthwhile. It's good for the soul.
Reporting for Eagle Nation News, I'm Cross Nickerson.
Bradston, it is so cool to see how far these donkeys have come since they have been rescued.
I agree, Coleman. It's so great to see our Poshmark community taking care of such cute donkeys. And I do love seeing those donkeys, but it might be hard for me to see something else or someone else doing Game Time this week. Don't leave. Our Game Time Sports Update is next. The Out of Darkness Walk will take place on November 4th in Windsong Ranch. Check-in begins at 8:30 and the walk starts at 9:30. Follow the QR code for more information and to register or donate. Registration is also available on site the day of the event. Hope Squad, PHS staff, students, and family will all be participating. Come join us. If you have any questions or need help registering, please contact Mr. Clayton in the lower house.
With Prosper Football playing in their final game of the season last night and the Lady Eagle volleyball team heading to their second round of playoffs, Parker Reynolds is in studio with this week's Game Time Sports Update.
Thanks, Coleman. A lot has gone down in Prosper Sports this past week, but first, we have to talk about the Texas Rangers, who won their first ever World Series on Wednesday in a Game 5 matchup between the Rangers and the Arizona Diamondbacks. The game stayed tied 0-0 until the 7th inning when the Rangers took a 1-0 lead. However, in the top of the 9th inning, Marcus Semien hit a home run as the Rangers crossed home plate 4 more times to secure the 2023 World Series title. A parade around Arlington was planned for around 4 minutes started today, with many local schools canceling classes for said parade. Now sliding back into home. Last night, varsity football met up with McKinney for their final, if not most anticipated matchup of the season. And to keep you on your toes, heading back to last week, the Eagles hosted Allen in a rainy Friday night matchup with an unknown winner up until the final seconds of the game. And in Prosper fashion, the Eagles prevailed with a final score of 37-36. Now moving into last night's game, Dallas Morning News' DFW 6A Power Rankings gave the Eagles the slight advantage, coming in ranked 5th, while the McKinney Lions sat at 10th. However, Prosper proved their dominance, crushing the Lions 24-12 and securing the 5-6A district title. The Eagles are set to play Plano East at home for the bi-district round next Friday. And not to spoil anything, but the last time Plano East visited Children's Health, they got ran through by Rock Hill 42-14 in September. Also coming out with a big win over another Plano school, the Lady Eagles matched up with Plano West Volleyball in one of the most competitive bi-district matchups in the state on Tuesday, with the Lady Eagles ranking 8th in the state and the Wolves coming in ranked 12th. However, the rankings were correct, and the Lady Eagles brought home the dominating win, sweeping the Wolves in 3 sets. Senior Aiden Ames led the Eagles with 12 kills, and junior Hannah Buford racked in a team-high 17 assists. The Lady Eagles are set to play Arlington Martin tonight at Hebron High School at 6:30. The theme is whiteout. Switching back to the first inning of game time, Isabel Molter talked with our students about the Rangers' first World Series victory. Isabel, take it away.
Thanks, Parker. Like you said, the Rangers secured their first World Series win. Let's hear what students at PHS have to say. So how do you feel about the Rangers winning the World Series for the first time ever?
Amazing. I've been a fan since I was a tiny little kid and finally got to see them win something.
It feels so amazing. I've been waiting for this since I was like a little kid, man. It's a dream come true.
It's amazing. I'm going to celebrate tomorrow at the parade.
Yeah, well, you can catch me at the parade partying with Simeon. I remember being super small and watching 2011. I remember how sad I was. But now seeing them win 2023 whenever I'm older, it's good.
What were your thoughts about the games or the whole series?
I was really surprised. I'm gonna be straight. I didn't think we was gonna win, but we came out. We were dominant the entire time.
We've never won a World Series, so I'm really surprised and I'm happy.
I'm not gonna lie, I was asleep through like the 6th inning because the score was 0-0, dead game, and then we won though.
I was super surprised. I thought this was like a developmental year, and I thought it was going to be kind of our come-up year, but this is an icing on the cake.
So who are your favorite players on the Rangers?
Joe.
Garcia.
Adolis Garcia.
Ooh, that's a tough one right now. I think it is Evan Carter, the young one.
One of my favorite parts was the game-tying Seager home run, and also Adolis, even though he's hurt, you know what? He still did good.
Some great answers, but my favorite player on the Rangers, Coleman, has definitely got to be Garcia.
Preston, I totally get that, but after that win, I can't be a fan of just one player. I am a huge fan of the Rangers as a whole.
That's totally fair.
That's all we have for you today, Eagle Nation. Thank you for letting us tell your stories. Once again, I'm Coleman Meyer.
And I'm Bradson Swick. Have a great day, and go Eagles.